Good morning. Another rainy day here in South Louisiana. Been having some issues with my truck, back cab back here, leaking water. Finding some water. It's wet and damp on the both ends of both corners of my back seats and down in the bottom of the cargo area. Uh, Googled it, YouTubed it and stuff, and it looks like a lot of problems that these models, Dodges, are having is with the third brake light or the cargo light outside the back of the truck. Over a couple of years or whatever, that gaskets around it, kind of gets dry and brittle and whatnot, and creates a leak. So found a couple of quick fixes on YouTube that I'm gonna go check out, and I'm going to Home Depot right now. I'm gonna see if we can get some weather stripping and make a new gasket, and hopefully, if all said and done, this fix will cost me less than $6. So, more video to follow. All right, guys, we back. Hey, we back, and you can see what I've done is gone ahead and I've taken the third brake light assembly down, and when I took it off, it actually, you may be able to hear it, but it actually had some water that came dripping out of it. And you can kind of see here on the one of the lights, actually you can see right here, there's a little water in there. And I'm imagining that all that is from rain. Now, I don't know how to get it out of there, but we're gonna try. So try to get as much of it as I can out. I don't know exactly where it's gonna go, but anyway. So what I did, I went to Home Depot, and you can see this is the gasket that is on there, and as you can tell, it's very thin and it's gotten very brittle. There's not a whole lot of it left, and that's that side, and then you can see on this side a little bit better, but there's not a whole lot left on there. And this would probably be a multi, I don't know, I don't want to say a multi-$100 fix at a dealership, but I'm sure it'd be, by the time the labor, it'd be a little labor intensive for those guys, supposedly by their books anyway. But what I'm going to do is try to take this gasket off intact, and then I bought some rubber foam from Home Depot, and this happens to be a 3/8 by 5/16, and we're going to try to recreate this gasket as best I can. There's going to be a loose end down here. We're going to seal that up with some silicone and make that a tight junction, and then we'll reapply it and put it back on. It's only held in place with these two Phillips screws, so you know, really it's not a big task to get it out. And then there's your of course, here's your wiring harness right here that it just clips into that. The only thing is, I'm not going to be able to tell if the repair is done properly, or if that's even where it's coming from. But I don't want to run water on it and cause more trouble than I need to, so I'm just going to wait for the next time it rains, which from the looks of things, this being South Louisiana, we had a hard downpour this morning, and I'm sure we're going to have another hard downpour this afternoon. So it shouldn't take too long to see if the repair works, but I need to give my truck time to air out. So I'm going to get this done, and we'll see how it goes. All right, gasket off, and this is what's left of it. So it's it's seen better days, but before you put a new one on, see all these little rough edges right here? I'm gonna have to use some Goo Gone or some little sandpaper or something to kind of get all that stuff off of there. So that's what I'm going to do now, and then we're gonna start working on a new gasket. Okay, guys, so just finished kind of cleaning up around where the new gasket's going to go all the way around here. And I had to, it was a little job, but it didn't all come off in one piece. But I had to use some acetone, or I went the easy way out and I used my wife's nail polish remover. So I might have to reimburse her for the nail polish remover. But anyway, they got it all pretty good. Got to clean it up a little bit better, but we're about to make the gasket, and we'll see how that turns out. And I'll show you all the finished product in just a little bit, hopefully. All right. Got the new gasket in place, went around. The only thing is I had one little joint that met in the middle down here, so I kind of sealed that up with a little RTV silicone, and hopefully that'll be it. And I'm gonna go put it back on the truck, and then we'll kind of see how it goes from there. But that's it. Let's go get that back into place and see what we got. All right, looks pretty good. All right, I'll let y'all know how it works. Thanks for watching. Okay, and just like that, it's starting to rain again, but I want to show you guys exactly where it was leaking in my truck. This is stuff that was behind my seat back here, and this is actually still all the way back in here. It's still pretty wet. It's not too wet. Well, actually, yeah, everything is wet in here. It's the first time I'm looking at it, but look at the water in there. So I need to take all this stuff out. So we gotta let all that dry. I didn't realize that they had that much water in it, but all this stuff is gonna rust if I leave it in here. Few bolts. So anyway, keys is for this stuff. Lord have mercy. Yeah, it's pretty wet, I'd say. So it has been getting wet. That water's probably been in there for a while. But anyway, it's on this side and on the other side. But I noticed at first when it was doing it was right up here on the shoulder. And I guess it was coming in from up here. Even though you can't really tell. You know, I'm hoping that it wasn't the... I'm hoping that it's not the window itself. So anyway, we're going to get this all dried up, cleaned up, and get everything squared away. And then I'll just show you on this side. I haven't really looked in here, but I noticed on this side too, and this is still kind of damp. This is still wet. And this is the amplifier underneath my... Yeah, and that's all still pretty dry, so it didn't really make it over to this side too much. But, gonna leave the seats up and let everything dry out. Alright. And as I was saying, you know, it's funny. Everything starts breaking after you pay them off. It's really quite disturbing. But it's life, you know. I mean, my truck's been paid off for a year. And not really wanting to get a new one. So we're going to just let it ride until it can't ride no more. Alright. So that's my fix for my Dodge. All you fellas, if you have a Dodge, hope it helps you out. Maybe save you a little money in repair. Gonna go ride around and let it rain. See what happens. Catch y'all on the flip side.